Hello guys, this is Movie Storm, and today we'll tell you about a film where a man freezes himself in a bid to survive the end of the world, titled The Last Man, 2014. The film begins with a demonstration of an underground facility where one man is in cryo-sleep. Based on the timer, it's been approximately 17 years since he entered the capsule. Just then, a malfunction occurs, and the entire room is bathed in bright light. The capsule opens, allowing the man to stand up. He notices an alert that the pressure in the lab will soon reach a critical point, forcing him to find an exit. Quickly, he finds a suit and a weapon, enabling him to leave the facility. He also anticipates the possibility of air contamination, and dons a gas mask with a gas cylinder. Shortly after, he manages to reach the surface, only to realize that the planet has drastically changed. What was once a lush world has turned into a gray wasteland. Everything is devastated, and there are no signs of any other survivors. An hour later, he encounters a radioactive rain, but he still believes he can find some form of life. He proceeds on his journey. During his travels, he comes across newspapers with announcements of a war that culminated in nuclear explosions, what led to the current state of the world. After a while, he reaches a ruined city. He rushes into a building and finds a telephone, but there is clearly no connection. And he must continue his journey. During another check of his coordinates, he is shocked to discover that the signal has disappeared. Left with no other option, he ventures onward, realizing that he has to move forward. The man continues his journey, and soon, he encounters another rain shower. However, this time, his computer indicates that everything is fine in this area, allowing him to remove his helmet and let the rain wash over his face. As he receives another signal on his computer, it tells him that a member of his group is just 200 meters away. Not understanding what's happening, he rushes forward in the hope of finding a person, unaware that this individual left the world many years ago, leaving behind only a chemical suit. Emotion overwhelms the man, but he still manages to create a makeshift grave for his comrade, before moving on. Half a day passes, and he comes across a partially destroyed house, with old photographs of himself, from when the world was still intact, along with his wife. This discovery prompts him to cry once again, but he must continue his journey through the completely ruined city. Every so often, he encounters military posters, which amuse him. By this time, a new signal has not appeared, but the desire to meet a person in a neat appearance forces him to shave, using a piece of glass and a piece of a razor. It's at this very moment that his computer runs out of power, causing his hope for survival in this world to plummet. Some time passes, and the man ascends one of the skyscrapers to launch a signal rocket in an attempt to locate a survivor. Although nothing happens at first, within 5 minutes, an identical flare ignites on the opposite side. This prompts him to head towards the approximate area from which it might have been launched. On one of the streets, he spots a helmet with the symbol from the posters, compelling him to advance with his submachine gun and occasionally take cover behind cars. Suddenly, a shot is fired behind him, and two individuals begin aiming at each other. Judging by their armor, they belong to different organizations, but the realization that there is no one else left besides them causes them to lower their weapons. And that's how the movie ends. This was the Movie Storm channel, and we would love to hear your thoughts on this film. Please leave your comments below or simply suggest something interesting. We'll see you very soon. Goodbye.